Welcome in, folks. I'm meteorologist Jamie Kagol. We like to call this weather minds or whatever. We're going to talk about the forecast. We're going to talk about, again, what is going to shape up to be a beautiful Wednesday for you. Again, very nice conditions. It'd be great to just kind of put this forecast on repeat and play this out for a number of days. Unfortunately, it's not going to stay that way. And we'll go through the forecast here a little bit, and then we'll dig a little deeper into the nuts and bolts of all of it and take a look at a few other things going on around the country and looking a little further down the road and take a little deeper dive into the forecast, if you will. So let's start things out, first of all, and take a look at that almanac. For today, our forecast is for a high of 80 degrees. Our morning low so far, and likely to be the morning low, 61. So really not too far off the averages. The real treat today, though, the dew point. Now, we could have dew points well into the upper 50s and low 60s anytime during the month of August, and that would make today feel a bit stuffy, a bit muggy, but really it's the dew points for today. Average of 82 and average low of 64. So again, you're a few degrees off your averages, so pretty seasonal for today. As far as precipitation goes, we got a little bit of rain yesterday, but we are still just over a half inch behind for the month and over 3.5 inches behind for the year. We've really struggled through what should be our wettest months when we talk about May, June, and July. And it is looking like we will start to set things up in the forecast and start to see a few more opportunities for rain. At least they're going to start lining up a little more frequently. Right now, as we start things out here in the 9 o'clock hour, 66 degrees, mostly sunny skies. You take a look through the sky cam there, and really you can't see a cloud in the sky right now. There's the dew point, though, at 54. It's been kind of hanging out in the low 50s. Forecast models suggest it should fall a little closer to 50 degrees. A few models even put it into the upper 40s, which would make it feel rather dry outside, but it'd be that very comfortable, warm, almost spring-like feel to the day. Northwest winds light, 3 miles an hour. Northwest winds throughout the day today are going to be probably upwards of 5 to 10 miles an hour. We have high pressure and control of the weather pattern. Here's a look at the temperatures and the dew points as we go through the rest of the day and into the evening hours. A high of about 80 degrees, but this forecast model in particular has been pushing the dew points into the upper 40s. I've seen a few other models that maybe have us topping out or bottoming out, I should say, near 50 degrees, which again, you're just kind of splitting hairs. Either way, it is still going to feel very nice outside. No matter where you are in the region, everyone's going to have that lower humidity today. A lot of upper 70s, a few low 80s mixed in. Lots and lots of sunshine. Probably going to see a little bit of fair weather cloud cover later on today. It has been looking like we'd have a little rain and heavier cloud cover just tucked away to the southeast, and that's why we see some of those kind of green and yellow contours sitting in the lower right-hand corner of your screen. But otherwise, again, just expecting beautiful weather for today. Here's a look at the 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, a little more seasonal, if you will. Again, the numbers pretty much planted right up next to the averages there, but that heat and humidity will be creeping back in. And what we're going to be watching for on Thursday going into Friday, and we'll have the microcast come up here in a little bit, is a cold front that just kind of sinks into the state from the north and sets up west central Minnesota all the way to the Arrowhead. So imagine a line from Ortonville to about Grand Marais. Some isolated storm possibility, and that front is expected to kind of sag and stall close to the cities as we get into Friday morning. That could bring an isolated storm into the metro. Otherwise, we're going to be watching for Friday evening storms in western Wisconsin, and just being in close proximity to that kind of activity also presents a possibility of some isolated storms here. So Friday is a little questionable. Saturday looks like we're going to have the heat and humidity, and we're going to have some low-level winds that help pop some thunderstorms around parts of central and southern Minnesota on Saturday. So I think into the evening and even late evening hours Saturday, we should expect thunderstorms around the Twin Cities. Should clear out relatively easily and early Sunday morning. I think most of your Sunday is mostly sunny. And then for Monday, through the morning hours, we do have some storms that are expected to kind of move across the central and southern part of the state again, but it is looking like it would time out for primarily the morning hours of Monday there. Temperatures dip off a little bit for Tuesday. Dew points will kind of settle in into next week, into those low 60s. So while you'll still feel some of the humidity into the afternoon hours, the mornings and the evenings should be relatively comfortable. All right, let's dig a little deeper into this forecast. Here's a look at the satellite and radar. And again, as I was mentioning, a little heavier cloud cover just south of La Crosse, some passing showers. So you will find some cooler temperatures tucked away to the southeast. But for our area, the vast majority of our region, mostly sunny skies, still some cloud cover kind of streaming over southeast Minnesota at this time, and we're watching those clouds and showers to the northwest. Those should stay out of our area for the time being. So here it is. There's the cold front that came through yesterday. That's what brought in some pretty nice weather for yesterday. Again, fairly comfortable conditions, probably a little more comfortable today. What you see going on over parts of Nebraska, Iowa, and Missouri right now, those are mid and upper level winds, just kind of generating the instability right now and tapping into whatever heat and humidity it can. And that's what's been keeping the storms going around parts of Nebraska and Iowa for the better part of the morning. This will all dip a little further to the south into northern Missouri later on, well, through the morning and into the afternoon hours. They already have a few thunderstorms down there as well. But for us, what we're going to be watching is the cold front you see to the northwest. That's up into just moving through and south of Edmonton right now. Not a real strong cold front, but nonetheless a nice boundary setting up. That is expected to drop in here on Thursday, and we're going to be timing out the microcast and take a look at what's going to be going on with those showers and thunderstorms. But this is a look at the smoke aloft. This is not at the surface. This is going to be up in the upper level winds. And right now, those southwest winds that were pushing the cloud cover are also carrying some wildfire smoke through southeast Minnesota. Then it starts to pick up again as we go through the day on Thursday. This is out ahead of a cold front that's coming in from the northwest. So those stronger winds start to carry that wildfire smoke from the Pacific Northwest into our region. This is smoke aloft. It may not necessarily mix down to the surface, so we may not see any air quality alerts, but we could certainly see some haziness. We could see some of those, amazing reddish sunsets around parts of the region Thursday evening. What I want to show you next, though, is the microcast, and this isn't for today. This is tomorrow. This is Thursday, 7 a.m. Keep in mind, we're going to start to see the wildfire smoke carry in from the southwest. But here we go. As we get to about 6 o'clock, the cold front's making its way in. So we have some isolated thunderstorms in Ortonville, Alexandria, up towards Brainerd, into the Grand Rapids area. And I'll step out in front of the map here and show you what's going on. So this is that cold front we just saw that was just sitting to the southwest of Edmonton. And so these thunderstorms are going to be out ahead of that front. There's also going to be some upper level winds that help generate some storms just north of the border. This all plays into getting some rain across some of those wildfires in the Arrowhead and the Boundary Waters. 11 o'clock at night, our front, while these storms are starting to kind of run out of energy, that front's going to be sagging in, dropping in close to the Twin Cities, western Wisconsin. We might see some early morning thunderstorms on Friday. Still, again, a little bit of time to figure out the timing of everything. But some forecast models suggest there might be a little rain Friday morning. And then we get into the evening hours, and that's when we're going to be watching for what develops out here towards Hayward, towards Menominee area. Thunderstorms more likely in this part of our region, but again, you're a stone's throw away. Some storm interaction or a little shift to the west sets up the Twin Cities for a chance of some of those isolated thunderstorms. Here's a look at today's highs. Let's focus on today for a moment here. Beautiful conditions, upper 70s, low 80s. The heat is stored up to the south and southwest. So if you're down into the Lone Star State, if you're going to be in Oklahoma City, if you move into New Mexico, you get to State 48, Arizona there in the valley, a 108 for a high today. Sin City, 113, Dallas, 101 for today. So a lot of heat south and to the southwest of us. Up here in the upper Midwest, the high plains, the Great Lakes region, you can see kind of this little bowl, if you will, of cooler air. It's not cold air, but it is certainly cooler. A big part of that is this active pattern that we're going to have setting up. We have a big trough of low pressure sitting to our north, and basically the jet stream is just running right through the upper Midwest and the high plains. The jet stream separates cold air from the north from the warm air to the south. So if that jet starts to move further south, the cold air comes along with it. If it moves north, the warm air comes along with it. And that's why when you have a ridge like this, you see that heat move north. When you have a deeper trough, you see the cold air sinking south. Right now, it's pretty much right over us. We're getting a nice treat today. Let's take this out Thursday and into Friday now. That ridge starts to build, starts to move a little further north, so we're going to get a little more heat into the Pacific Northwest and the northern Rockies. Our area will start to see a little uptick in the temperatures. A little more warmth moves in. Temperatures move into the mid 80s, so they climb 5, 8, 10 degrees quite possibly. But on top of all that, as we move into the weekend, again, we're going to hold on to those warmer temperatures, and we're also going to continue to see these winds moving across the region. So we'll have some energy from time to time coming through. We'll also have upper level winds overhead helping support any sort of instability. And then at the surface on Saturday, there's going to be some southwest winds, and that'll help kick off some thunderstorms as well. And that's why this pattern gets a bit more active. There's the uptick in the humidity, but like I said, it doesn't look terrible down the road. Yes, it'll be humid, but it's a low 60, not a low 70, which we have seen around here, and it's been quite awful, I think, by most measurements. But again, here's that movement in the temperatures. Today, 80, and then you move it up a handful of degrees to the mid 80s. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and likely we'll see low and mid 80s through much of next week. This is the outlook. Take it 6 to 10 days out. And again, that trough, that area low pressure to our north, kind of just stays in place. It migrates a little bit east and west in parts of Canada, but it's not really moving south or north. It just keeps us pretty close to where we should be. So expecting numbers from a low to a mid 80 through next week, 6 to 10 days out. This is not a signal that, hey, we have a big cool down coming up or we have a big warm up coming up. Certainly it's going to be much warmer than average as you look to the south and to the southwest. This is also encouraging to see. Now it's not glaring saying, oh, yes, rain chances are going way above average. No, but it's nice to see at least it's hinting that we have a chance of seeing some above average precipitation, again, during a time when we really need the rainfall around here. Where they would certainly anticipate there to be a pretty good rainfall is going to be down here in Arizona, Southern California, and even around Las Vegas. It's their monsoon season, the time of year where they really expect to see those thunderstorms develop and really pop, and that's what they're looking forward to right now. For us, we could certainly use something of a monsoon season to get the rain going. Here's your 7-day forecast. As I mentioned for today, again, if you have outdoor plans, if you want to have lunch outside, if you're going to have maybe dinner on the deck or a patio today, or you want to take the dog for a walk or wash the car, you name it, whatever. It is going to be absolutely fantastic to be outside today. Very comfortable conditions, lots of sunshine. A little more seasonal temperatures we talked about Thursday. Again, you can take a look at your averages. 82 and 64, we'll be at 83 and 63. A bit of a mostly sunny sky. You'll start to feel the humidity creeping up. Doesn't mean it's going to feel muggy tomorrow, but certainly probably not going to have quite the cool, crisp feel like we had today. And certainly by Friday, we would anticipate it again, to really feel the humidity into those afternoon hours. Those isolated storm chances, it's a cold front. It'll kind of settle into parts of the region. So Friday morning, there is at least a chance. I'm a little more concerned about thunderstorms in western Wisconsin Friday evening. And again, those just being in close proximity to the Twin Cities. Storms late on Saturday, but through the afternoon on Saturday, Central and southern Minnesota have a chance for there to be storms around the region. It just may time out that they come in kind of late Saturday for the Twin Cities, clearing out early Sunday, leaving us with a beautiful second half to the weekend. And then some morning rain moves through on Monday. We should have a nice, comfortable Tuesday there. And again, trending for numbers low to mid 80s, nothing too terribly extreme. We got more news, more weather coming up right around the corner.